So I know I'm late to responding to Trump sending in the National Guard to Washington, D.C. And I'm seeing all of the angry people. It seems like it's half-half. You have some people who says that this is an overreach for him. He is attacking U.S. citizens. I literally just saw a comment stating that he wants to start a race war. What I don't understand is why people are so vested in criminals having their way over law-abiding citizens. A few months ago, probably closer to a year ago, and I couldn't find a video, I said there's going to come a time when white men are going to start putting their foot down and come to clean up the black community. Now, I didn't know it was going to be Trump because he wasn't the president yet. But here's the thing. These black leaders should have egg on their face. They should be embarrassed that this man had to come in to clean up their cities. Brandon Johnson of Chicago is an embarrassment. And unfortunately, a lot of the black leaders, the Democratic black leaders, think just like him. I don't know why people in our community cannot see that this is all orchestrated. You know, the pacifying of criminal behavior, criminal elements. What a lot of people don't seem to understand is always being in a place of chaos and angst and victimology. It keeps you easy to control. Then you have people online when these types of topics come up, always hiding behind no picture, calling black people who call out the foolishness of our community. You want to call us names, yet you never want to call out the actual criminals of the black community. I am astounded by that. And who's to say that those are actually black people behind those comments anyway? It makes you wonder, because people can hide behind a computer screen and spout all kinds of foolishness and hate without any type of retribution. It's real easy to call somebody out of their name when you don't have your face attached to it. But going back to these black leaders, particularly these black male leaders, to me, those are the son husbands who got a little bit of power in their hands. And they are still attached at their mama's teats, because women are mostly the ones that view themselves as victims and helpless and can't move forward. So we have these black leaders who, instead of trying to come to the black community and say, you know what, we have to straighten up. We need to get this crime under control. We need to make better life choices. Slavery was 400 years ago. Jim Crow 100 years ago. Those aren't verbatim. We have to do better and stop using the past trials as a crux. And by the way, as I've mentioned on my channel before, I have grandparents, they're passed away now, who lived through Jim Crow. Y'all want to complain about what's going on in society today? Y'all don't know. I mean, obviously, I wasn't back then either, but my grandfather had a brother who was killed by the Klan in the 40s. Yet my grandfather still etched out a good living through working at the plant. When he came up north with my grandmother, and they had 5 kids at that time. And then they went on to have 7 more children. 8 if you count the one that passed away when she was a toddler. But I say all of that to say they still etched out a good living in the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s. And I'm not understanding how we have all of these opportunities today, yet you still have a segment of our community that's still whining and crying about the past. I am so sick of these black leaders who will not stand up to the black community or call us out. That's what I'm sick of. Will not call us out. So it took President Trump, who for years I was not a fan of, and it had nothing to do with his politics. I was a teenager. You're looking at back in the 80s, and I just thought he was an arrogant punk. So, but because of the Democrats and the liberal media, they ended up making me root for this man. And I won't go into all of the details, because either you get it or you don't. And if you don't, I'm not wasting my time with you. So I am all for cleaning up criminal elements. Again, why do they take precedence over the law-abiding citizens of our community? That's what I don't be understanding. Why is the Black community so enthralled and supportive of the criminal elements of our communities? I don't get it. So that was my topic for today. I know I'm late, but I wanted to chime in on it because, like I said, I called it months ago. I said it's going to come a time, I'm going to repeat it, that a white man or white men are going to get fed up with the foolishness of our communities, and they are going to come in and start taking the bull by the horn. This is something that the Black leaders, Al Sharpton, and the rest of those clowns out there should be doing. But instead, they want to keep on selling us, oh, woe is me, wade in the water. All's my life I had to fight. At some point, you're going to want to get from underneath that oppressive drudgery, a lot of it in your mind. Not saying that racism does not exist. So I don't want somebody getting their panties in a bunch. Racism does exist. I've been on the opposite end of it, so I know it exists. But I don't stay in an oppressive state. I rise above it and still, live my life to the fullest regardless. So, and at some point I'm going to do a video about Black people got to get over racism. And I'm going to make some people mad with that video, but oh well. That was my topic for today. Tell me what you think about Trump cleaning up crime, and I'll talk to you later.